Hello, and welcome to Unit 1C, which is called Don't Forget to for your English Language 1 course. My name is Joldasbaeva P, and this is a practical lesson. For this video lesson, we will cover the main concepts in about 20 minutes, which will prepare you for the activities. So let's look at the objectives of the lessons. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to master 8 housework phrasal verbs, leave clear, fun messages, and use polite intonation. Let's get started with our first topic, which is housework. Take a look at this messy room. What needs to be done? Cleaning, tidying, organizing. Yes? This brings us to our vocabulary. Today, we are focusing on 8 essential phrasal verbs. So, by the way, a phrasal verb is a verb combined with an adverb or preposition, and it often has a meaning different from the original verb. So, let's get started. Let's look through some examples of these phrasal verbs. First is throughout and take out. These phrasal verbs mean to put rubbish in an outside bin or to dispose of something you don't want. For example, don't forget to throw out the old magazines. Please take out the rubbish before you leave. The next is tidy up. This phrasal verb means to make a place neat and tidy by putting things away or in order. For example, can you tidy up your room before dinner? The next is hang up. This means to put clothes on a hanger or a hook. For example, please hang up your coat in the closet. Next is pick up. So pick up means to lift something from the floor or a surface. For example, pick up the toys so no one trips over them. And the next is turn up. Turn up means, while it has other meanings in a domestic context, it can mean to increase the volume or temperature. For example, could you turn up the volume? I can hear the news. Okay, so next is lock up. This means to make a building or room secure, safe by locking the doors and windows. For example, remember to lock up the house before you go to bed. So next is go over. And it's the last phrasal verb for today's lesson. This means to examine or check something carefully. While not always housework, it's a common phrasal verb for tasks like checking a shopping list, for example, yes? And another example can be, let's go over the packing list one last time. Good. So in total, today we'll look it through 8 essential phrasal verbs. Now let's practice. So here exercise, which I'll give you time for looking, or also you can pause the video in order to do this exercise and then continue watching. So let me give you like 1 minute to look through the answers. That's a matching task. You should match the questions 1 to 8 with the answers A to H. Okay, so that's already time, and let's check the answers. The first, what do you do when your clothes are lying all over the floor? So your answer should be D, yes, hang them up. What do you do when you are going home and you remember you need to buy milk? Of course, we pick some up. Good. What do we do when our desk papers, books, and cups are all over the room? And we tidy it up, yes? What do we do when we need to explain complicated, difficult instructions to our flatmate? We go over them. What do we do when food goes bad? We throw it out. What do we do when the temperature changes and the heating is too low? Yes, we turn it up. What do we do when we are leaving the house to go on holiday? We lock it up. And last, what do we do when the bin is full of rubbish? We take it out. Good. Good job. So now we can switch to practical communication skill. Yes? Here we are going to learn how to leave a phone message. A good phone message has 4 parts. Here you can see these 4 parts. Now we are going to look through each one in detail. So the first part is called introduction. It means here you should say who you are. And some key phrases we can use hi, hello, this is, and your name, for example. Yes, and the phrase you've reached the office of, you can hear when you call someone or some office. This is the first part. And what about the second part? Second part is the reason. Here you should say why you are calling. And some phrases we use are I'm calling about or I'm phoning to inform. Good. And the next one is the details. This is a third part where you request something or giving some information. For example, you can use this phrase, could you please do it for me? Yes. Here also I put this information from our main book. So for example, we can directly request using the phrases like can you, could you call me back, or will you, would you look it up, pick some up, please. Yes, this is a direct request. Or we also can use indirect requests like here with some of these phrases. Do you think you will be able to do something for me? Yes. Or I wonder if you could. I wonder if you would. Or we can use I wonder if you'd mind and verb ing here. And also you should be careful. With indirect request, the word order is the same as for plus sentences, positive sentences. For example, do you think you could? This is the correct version, but we can say, do you think, could you? Yes, this is the incorrect version. And last part is the conclusion. Here we are giving some next steps or any sign-offs. The phrases we can use here is please call me back at and your number, or I'll call again tomorrow. Thank you. And also, in our main book, this page also given. The information here is about things we will hear on a recorded message, starting a message, as we told before, and making a polite request, giving detailed information, and asking for further phone actions. You can screenshot of this and use it in your practice. Now we have some practice. Again, yeah, you can pause the video for some moment, or I'll give you 1 minute to do that. It's also matching task. You are going to match 1 to 6 with A to F to make phone messages. Let me give you 1 minute. All right, so let's check the answers. For the first one, E answer is correct. The second one is C. Number 3 is B. And number 4 is F. 5 is A. And the last one is D. Okay, well done. So let's move to our last objective of the lesson. This is pronunciation, where we learn how to make intonations polite. Yes? Good. So when we are making some requests, especially a polite one, our voice should be in a polite position. We should use polite intonation. For polite requests, we often use rising tone at the end of the sentence to sound less demanding and more tentative or friendly. Let's try this phrase. So you should say it flatly, not polite. Say it with rising tone, rising intonation. Okay, so on the last phrase, you should rise your tone, like listen and repeat after me. I wonder if you could bring my folder, please. Please. Yes, I wonder if you could bring my folder, please. Yeah, we are rising our tone on the last phrase, please. Okay. Here also we have some practice sentence. Try practicing polite intonation with the request using a phrasal verb. For example, we have this request, and the phrasal verb should be in a rising position. Yes, we should rise our tone on this phrase. Could you please hang up your clothes tonight? So you should remember that the voice should rise slightly at the end to keep the tone friendly and polite. Good. One more practice is here. Okay, so you should listen to these 4 requests and find out that the speaker use high tone or low tone to sound polite. Let's listen.
Audio 1.07. 1.
I wonder if you could bring my folder, please.
2.
Would you walk the dog, please?
3.
Do you think you'll be able to come today?
4.
Will you pick up some food on the way home?
Yes. Does the speaker start with a high or low pitch to sound polite? Your answer? Okay, yes, the speaker starts with a high pitch to sound polite, yes? Okay, so now that was the end of our lesson. Let's summarize, or let's quickly go over what we've covered today. So we mastered 8 essential phrasal verbs for housework. We learned the 4-part structure for leaving clear phone messages, and we practiced it using polite intonation for our requests. So, your homework for this unit is to record a 4-part voice message using one of the phrasal verbs which we learned today. Make sure your message includes polite intonation. If you have any questions, please post them below. And this task, homework, you will send or you will upload to Moodle platform. Thank you. See you next time.